hearty amen to Keith there. Thank you. I'm supposed to announce what I'm going to talk about? Random thoughts? I really thought about dressing in camo, sunglasses, but Karen's here, so I didn't have anybody to blame it on. No, I always struggle with these these 10-minute discussions or talks. I never know what to talk about. So bear with me, I guess. I really enjoy God's creation and being out in God's creation. And a lot of the times that I'm out there is times that I can reflect and enjoy God's creation and look around and really see how wonderful it is. And one of the things that I really like to do is parallel things in nature that are physical and compare those to spiritual things. And I guess that's where we get to this evening. I spend a lot of time preparing, and not for this, because it's obvious that I didn't spend a lot of time preparing for this. But I think we're all the same way. If you really think about it, you spend the majority of your lives preparing for the next event. Okay? I watched Karen today. She was getting the kids' stuff ready for school tomorrow. She had a garden this summer. I've seen her the last few weeks. She's been canning. She's preparing. She's preparing for wintertime and times when maybe there won't be as much fresh vegetables or produce, and we'll get to enjoy that. But we spend, if you really think about it, I think you spend, I'm going to say I spend 95% of my life preparing for the next event. Okay? And talked about those items, kids getting ready for school, Karen with the garden. Dad and I spend all spring, all summer, and all fall preparing for wintertime. And Keith does the same thing. He starts early in the spring. He's worried about grass. What are we going to have to feed these cows this winter? We go through that, and there's thousands of minute details that go into that preparation, but it's always preparing for the next event. And I think we're all that way in every aspect of our lives. We're always preparing for something. Okay? The majority of the things that I prepare for, I spend more time preparing for them than what the actual event time frame is. Karen's wanting to have, I think we're scheduled to have the Chili Fest here, and I think that's, mark your calendars, the last Saturday in September. But she'll want some things done in preparation for Chili Fest. And that will require me to clean my messy garage and clean the porches and clean the windows. And there's a lot of preparing that goes into that. But that event will only last for a couple hours. Okay? So we're always preparing for something. Some of the most uncomfortable times or feelings that I've had in my life has been whenever I've got into a situation that I'm not prepared for. Where's Sawyer? Sawyer's not here. Jacob's here. How about that test in school? You forgot about it. Oh, I got that test. I'm not prepared for that. That's an uncomfortable feeling. At work, I might have a presentation to give on something, or I might have to go testify in court about something, and if I forget about that and I'm not prepared for that, those are truly some uncomfortable times. But on the other hand, it's a great feeling when you're adequately prepared, when you've taken the time, you've put in the effort, and you've prepared yourself for that event. Keith comes to the end of summertime, and if it's questionable I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough hay to get me through the wintertime, that's not a very comfortable feeling, is it? So there's consequences to not being prepared for those things. Keith might have to sell cows, or he might have to go buy hay, or there's all those consequences involved with that. And really, when we look around, in nature, in our natural lives, a lot of time is spent preparing. We've been studying, or Dad's been teaching the book of Genesis and the creation, and one of my favorite characters is Noah in there. And how many years did Noah prepare the ark? Somebody tell me. 120 years. For an event that lasted how long? 40 days. That was a lot of preparing for an event that did not last very long. That's kind of when this, I look at that, and the similarities between our physical preparing and our spiritual preparing kind of separate, in the fact that we prepare large amounts of time for short events when we're really, in our spiritual life, preparing for a short amount of time for eternity. When you think about that, our days on this earth aren't very many. But we're supposed to be preparing for eternity, which will last forever. And I just want us to think about that a little bit this evening. I want us to turn to Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 7. And I like what the Hebrews writer says about Noah. Whoever gets there first, just read that. Hebrews 11, verse 7.
By faith, Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear built an ark to save his family. By his faith he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness that comes by faith.
By faith, he prepared an ark to save his house. Keep those thoughts in mind as we prepare for eternity. Thank you.